What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bros and Toes. Now, I have been told that I look like Joe Rogan gave up. And in an attempt to lean into this terrible comparison, I've decided that jiu-jitsu is a good thing for me. In Portland, Oregon, we are actually kind of a weird hub of grappling. You wouldn't expect that from the most passive-aggressive city in the world. But from the Pit to the 10th Planet Jiu Jitsu guys to Five Rings Jiu Jitsu out in the west side, this is a hub of jiu-jitsu, and it's actually been a fighting community for a very long time. In an effort to show you guys this part of the city, we have Sam Hardy come in. He jokingly I refer to as the most interesting man in Portland. This guy does jiu-jitsu, owns part of a gym, makes his own surfboards, and generally just follows passion as his life-leading lesson. So if you guys are interested in finding out how you become that guy, check out this interview with Sam Hardy. He's an enlightened cat that could very easily fucking kill you. That's a little more purple, the other one's a little more blue.
This one's a little more blue?
That's a little more blue.
Let's go a little more blue.
Beautiful.
Let's do that.
Black and blue for bruises.
Right, absolutely.
Hold on
And
to
I'm gonna
that.
go with some 10th Planet colors today. So I got some black, and then I'm gonna go with a matte finish, right? This is the matte finish, correct?
It is.
Absolutely. And then a little bit of blue. Beautiful.
Thank you,
Let's
Ashley.
get a cocktail with Chino. Thank you so much, Ashley. And then let's get our toes done. It's gonna be fun.
So today we have Sim Smith London Dry Gin, a personal favorite. Lemon, sugar, lemon. We have blue. We have crushed ice, and it's served a la your best hotel in Branson, Missouri.
Ooh. And what is this called?
Branson Beach Bramble.
Oh,
Branson
right on.
Beach Bramble.
Well, cheers. Let's see how Chino did today.
I'm pretty sure there's no beaches in Branson.
Yeah, right? Bam.
There are
Beautiful.
now.
Yeah. Oh, Chino. It's too good. It's too good.
Bramble drink.
It gets me right here.
Oh, God. That tastes like I'm going to dance on a table. So, you admitted already that you have to have a little bit of a screw loose to do jiu-jitsu.
Definitely.
And you're calm now, but you definitely have the vibe of a dude that used to be a little bit ornery.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
So explain like the appeal of jiu-jitsu for you, like how it ended up being a thing. Because you're a brown belt over at 10th Planet. You teach the kids class too, right?
I used to.
Yeah.
I just bailed on kids. We gave that to another guy who's coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm running a little bit more back of the house stuff now.
Right on.
During that kid slop. which is
So how did this like? I mean, what was the appeal? Did someone make you do it? Because you kind of seem like someone would have been like, get the energy out of this kid and like, you know.
cool. I would wake up in the middle of the night sometimes. This is pre-jiu-jitsu, you know, and I'm working a really physical job at this point. And I'd wake up, you know, like 2 a.m., be like, I'm going crazy inside right now. I got to get out of the house. And I'd go and I'd just skate as hard as I could. And the only time I really felt kind of calm in myself, like quiet voices, was after I got out of the ocean, after I got done surfing. Something like that, you know. And after my first couple of jiu-jitsu classes, man, just the level of calmness and clear-headedness and lack of anxiety, you know, I'm calm in traffic, I'm remembering to call my mom,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It just calms down the voices, man, because we all got all these voices going on in our head, right?
Oh, for sure.
Schizophrenics more than others, but, you know, everybody's kind of, society makes you tense, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a really blessed, charmed life and you still have stress in your life. And something about that intense physical interaction with somebody and this gnarly kind of problem solving, for me, I could tell instantly that I was just better for it
Yeah.
after a training session.
Well, it's for sure. I mean, like that. I mean, you really blow it out in a jiu-jitsu class. The other day, I think it was a class you were teaching. My weed kicked in right at the same time you guys told us to do cartwheels. And I don't know the last time you guys got stoned and did a cartwheel, but it's impossible to stay depressed in that moment.
It's pretty hard, man. You're a kid again.
So, how did you like decide? I mean, you said that it kind of naturally came to you, but what was? I mean, it's hard. It's hard to get good at. It's discouraging. It's all that stuff. So
I
I mean,
only choose hard things, man.
really.
It's again talking about that like psychosis or that little screw loose. For some reason, I'm attracted to things that beat you up a little bit and take a long time to get good at. All my girlfriends, gnarly. They've all beat me up a little bit.
Yeah.
all the activities I pursued, surfing is really, really hard, and if you're gonna get good, it's pretty physically demanding. As a kid, I was skating in New York City, and that thrashes your body.
Yeah.
So something about long-term physical challenge always really appealed to me. And I think also you gotta be a little masochistic. Being sadistic, liking to fuck other people up.
Yeah.
That's overrated in combat sports, I think.
It is. Well, and those people generally have a different demeanor because you've got kind of the samurai vibe, not so much the affliction vibe, which is I think what people are looking for in a friend.
Man, I appreciate it.
Exactly.
Remember those shitty affliction T-shirts?
Oh, I had a few.
You still do?
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay.
But no, but I can't. I mean, we were just talking
bad.
about my love of cologne. You guys are gonna totally believe that I had an affliction T-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not wearing one now.
I know, right?
Is it under the hoodie?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just a chest piece. I actually got a tattoo.
This is
on
my favorite
face.
part.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part.
Right?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Welcome to showbiz.
A friend of mine gave me this little diffuser. You put a votive candle in it, then you put a little bowl on it. See, the girls know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you put a little vanilla oil in the top.
Yeah, and the
then
candle
you
under it?
And it's like, it smells dope. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm going out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla's dope. Chicks like vanilla.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move some more of us.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
Men like vanilla because it reminds them of their mothers and grandmothers. That's like a study. That's why
Really?
strippers wear vanilla.
Huh. Wow. See, we're dropping knowledge here. I love it. I'm learning
Women
something.
know everything.
Freudian finger bang.
God, you can just tell Chino's here. He's like that diffuser you were talking about. Like, there's that essence,
fills up the
that
room.
little bit.
Essence.
Essence of Chino.
Essence of Chino. Thank you, Chino. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, you got that good ice.
Good.
Yeah, dude, Chino made us a fucking snow cone today. This is great. Get stoned and do a cartwheel, have a snow cone with Chino. It's not a bad day.
12 again.
So, how do you feel about the fact that, like, you're a brown belt? I mean, and I don't know how close you think you are to your black, or if that is
Doesn't
something you
matter.
learn in the
That's
process.
terrifying.
Yeah. So, how do you feel like it's impacted your life to master anything? Especially something that's physically demanding, because not a lot of people can say that they've done that. People can get good at something, people can get whatever, but to be in a place where you have a level of mastery that most people won't reach at anything, I mean, how does it happen? And then also, how does that impact the rest of your life?
Damn, Joe.
Yeah, I smoke too much weed. Too many cartwheels, man.
First of all, just in regards to myself, like, I'll settle for proficient at this point. I think mastery, they say 10,000 hours.
Mm-hmm.
What do you eat, Ashley?
Put this one back.
Thank you. But you can put 10,000 hours into anything, and if you're not doing it right, or if you're not doing it well, you're just wasting your time.
Absolutely.
So I think, to truly become great at anything, you gotta have a mindset for it, and you have to, I think, really not care necessarily about being good at the whole, but you get good at parts.
So this is kind of an open forum one. We're going to start with you, but I do want you guys to take on this is you have to enjoy the process is kind of what, I mean, that's the cliche version of what you just said. You said a much more insightful version of that and how you actually did it, which is what we wanted. But having passion for something makes the process a lot easier, enjoying that process. Mm-hmm. And it seems like right now people don't know how to manufacture passion. And everyone's looking, we have a lot of options, so you can try, you have a better access to find the thing that, revs your engine now than you ever did even 20 years ago, because the internet and the connection that we have, but it's a double-edged sword. Now you have so many things you can try. You get to that sticking point of something where you don't want to get on the mat that day. Well, maybe jiu-jitsu's not my thing, I'll try something else. Or, there are those days that you have to push through. So how do you manufacture passion, or do you not think that is something you manufacture? Do you think, like, I've heard people say you don't ask for willpower, you create it. I've never heard that about passion, and that's a lot easier fuel for your life, because if something just feels like something you want to do, you just do it. But we all don't want to do the same thing every day. So I mean, how do you handle that? Like, what's your take on that?
A mentor and a friend of mine, when asked, what was the best advice you'd ever received, one of his responses was, motivation follows action. It's like, oh man, I don't want to walk the dog. I don't want to go train. I don't want to do whatever. I'm not motivated. It's like, well, yeah, because you're sitting on the couch. Of course you're not motivated. It feels good on the couch.
Yeah.
But once you get up and do it, once you just start, that's when the motivation starts happening. Halfway through your walk, halfway through your training session, you're like, okay, cool, let's keep going, let's push. And so, you know, manufacturing passion, I think just as a soundbite, I might disagree with that. I don't think you can manufacture passion. I think something just hits you, your endorphins fire in a certain way for something, it just lights you on fire, bet you're about it. But to stay consistent with something that you're passionate about can be really tough, dude. I've wanted to quit.
Yeah.
I've wanted to quit a couple times. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm a better person for following my passions, even when they're beating me down, even when I don't want to get off the couch that day. So for me, and over time, here's another thing, like people talk about martial arts and discipline a lot. Oh, you're so disciplined.
Yeah.
You're so fucking disciplined. Chino's
do it
disciplined as
every
fuck.
other-
Chino, are you wearing chinos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Chino's wearing
Chino's
chinos.
wearing chinos? You got that right?
That brand lifestyle.
That's what's up.
Dude.
Gluten included.
That's that you asked what Chino's story is. He's the type of dude where Chino will show up wearing chinos
No
with
doubt.
crushed ice because of our snow cone cocktail. He understands the importance of the details. I feel like, I would love you guys' opinion on this. I feel like women tend to talk about and embrace the things that like mean something to them more than men do. Dudes have their things. They're like, I like my sports team, I like beer, I like, you know, strip clubs or whatever. They have these like weird little pockets we get into. But there's not a ton. Part of the reason I'm drawn to jiu-jitsu is it's like a group of dudes that openly admit like this is a thing I really care about.
Yeah.
And they're not overtly saying it, but they show up every day with their noses bleeding and they keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you guys feel like, how do you guys, you know, acknowledge the things that mean something to you and keep pursuing them?
Well, I think like an easy answer to that is like society. Like, you know, women are encouraged to have feelings and to show their feelings, and men certainly aren't. I think that can slowly change, but it takes like a lot of men doing it and a lot of men like telling their friends it's okay and stuff like that. I think it's easier for women because it's just like, oh, women are emotional. Like it's just the norm. So we're not ashamed to like say like, oh, I cry at a toilet paper commercial with a puppy in it. And it's just like, oh, that's so funny. But like if a guy said that, it'd be like, oh, wow, you're so brave for saying that. And it's like, what, like, why can't
If
just
the Budweiser
everyone?
commercial with the puppies and the horses didn't make you cry, you don't have a soul.
Yes.
But of course it was Budweiser, so that's why it's okay.
Right, exactly. So it's just like, you know, like so many things that are wrong in the world, it's like this society, we're all kind of like in this mind prison, so you have to make a conscious effort every day to get, like, break yourself out of it if you want to.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that those mind prisons are so strong.
Yeah, they're huge.
Because the moment you like break free of them, the moment I'm like, you know, Joe, I can't make it tomorrow, I'm actually really sad.
Yeah.
The moment you admit shit like that, like, for me anyways, I just feel so much better.
It's huge, and you almost feel weak even acknowledging that you need to do that.
Well, just like you said, like, you don't want to, but once you're doing it, like, it comes. So, like, you don't want to admit that, like, you're sad or that you need, you know, self-care time or whatever, but once you do it, you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did that. I really needed it. So, just like anything, like, just do it and, like, practicing it every day.
Yeah. Well, and like you were saying about the learning thing, you know these steps that you need to take in order to be your best. I was raised in a situation where it was almost weakness to admit that you needed to do things to be your best, where it was just like, just show up and be a fucking man and get it done. You know what I'm saying? And even acknowledging that, like, no, these are the things I need to do to be my best is kind of a step in that direction, which I think a lot of people aren't taking.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. And you know, once you get the ball rolling, once you take those first steps to whatever it is, like admitting you need more self-care, or like, no, I'm really, really passionate about knitting.
Yeah.
You know, knitting's my shit, and I'm gonna do it, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a star, Mr. Formanelli. I'm gonna dance all over this town. You know.
So we're almost done with our fantastic pedicures. I'm stoked on my color. You're stoked on your color. The one thing I wanted to kind of wrap up on, and again, this is an open forum one for everyone here, is based on the reason I invited you was your Instagram. Is I was like, I already knew this dude's an interesting guy, and then I saw that like you do jiu-jitsu, you make your own surfboards, you everyone says that they want their life to be like following their passions and stuff like that. do you have any direct advice for moving your life in a conscious direction? Because you were talking about you had a job that was really hard labor, and then you used to skate, and then you found jiu-jitsu. At some point, you had to make a conscious decision to kind of direct your life in towards pursuing these things. Everyone says they want that, but not many people pull it off.
I think that's a two-part answer. For me, when I was 17, my best friend, I kind of had two sets of friends. I had the friends that I'd go out with and get into lots of trouble with, and then I had like the friends that my mom was stoked with me hanging out with.
Yeah.
And this kid Eric, he had cystic fibrosis, and he had it's basically where your lungs fill up with fluid, you don't get enough oxygen. It's shitty. He had a lung transplant, didn't go well, he died. And at 17, that was pretty earth-shattering.
Yeah.
It really fucked me up. But like almost instantly, dude, I was like, he didn't get the chance to do certain things, things that he wanted to do. Like he wanted to play football so fucking bad, man. He just wanted to run.
Yeah.
And so whenever I was playing soccer or in wrestling season running, I would run hard because I felt like I was doing it for somebody else. And so I think like formatively that kind of got my ball going.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, I've got to go live hard because homie didn't get the chance to. And that, as I became an adult, just turned into this this culture of saying yes. If something scares you, you should probably do it.
Yeah. You guys got any insight on that? I mean, I feel like you're basically my Yoda, and actually, you're quickly becoming like a member of the crew. So
I'll get there.
Yeah. So like, I mean, what do you guys have any thoughts on that? Like, as far as like saying yes. I mean, you guys are gonna do this today, but your life exists outside this place. I mean, what's the thing you guys are excited to say yes about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I always say this stupid thing, like without sounding too much like a Pinterest quote, like life is too short and also too long. Like, don't stay doing something that makes you miserable. And like, even if it takes like trying 1,000 different things to find the one thing that you like try it. You're not ever gonna lay on your deathbed and be like, man, I wish I didn't try those new fun experiences. But if you can find something that makes you happy right now, like do it right now. We could all be fucking blown up tomorrow. Like make yourself happy today,
fuck yeah.
Right?
Preach.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off of what you said, Sam, I think there's a little bit of fear of getting old and being old and looking back on your life and thinking like, fuck, I wish I would have done this, this, and this. And I think there's going to be fear regardless if you do it or not, but you're going to feel so much better if you just say fuck it and live your life. Just do things that make you happy.
Fuck yeah. Well, hey, this has been a fantastic episode of Bros and Toes. Cheers,
Hey, we can
everybody.
all cheers now.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Sam, thank you so much.
So full.
You guys, I appreciate you so much for your time and energy and being here every other week to help us do this. Thank you guys for tuning into Bros and Toes. We appreciate you very much, and we will see you all on the next episode.